I have got interest in psychology, as some of my regulars may know. So, psychology, along with marketing, it's not surprising that consumer behavior is a pet topic of mine. And I think the time is right to discuss this because it has huge impact on how you're doing business now and where business is going in the future. How do you respond to the COVID-19 consumer changes that impact on your business today and tomorrow? We know it's no longer business as usual. How we live, work, play, shop have all changed. And the faster you respond, the stronger you will recover. So let's share some ideas today to reframe the future of your business. Remember to join KISS. I share a lot in my KISS Facebook group. Keep it simple, Susie. Clips like this, more information, worksheets, and things that you can use that are valuable. But also, I am developing an online course to help people implement a sales funnel and understand various aspects of online marketing as it is changing in 2021. And lots of those snippets of that course will be delivered for free in my KISS group. So you will want to be heading over there. Welcome to new viewers, Susie Bauer, RedMatchstick, Marketing Enabler and Invigorator. Let's see what the COVID pandemic has done, the changes that it has ushered in. There are really three main buckets. The economic turndown. Too many of us are familiar with the impact of that. I remember 2008 very well. And to be honest, we have never fully recovered from that, having invested big time in property at the time. And of course, that all fell flat. So I'm not going to spend time in that negative space. But digital acceleration is the most significant change that has been ushered in by the pandemic. And as I mentioned in my alert for this live, I have come across a fantastic report by McKinsey & Co. And we'll be using that as the framework for my discussion today. If you want it, just comment in the comments and I will share a link to the PDF with you. Really great stuff. But I've picked up all the takeaways and will elaborate here. BC, before COVID. E-commerce deliveries were slow, growing at a steady pace, but have exploded. Video conferencing grew by 20 times in the first 3 months of COVID. Disney Plus achieved in 2 months what Netflix achieved in 7 years. Netflix now, nothing to snort at, 34 million subscribers in 2020. And then, of course, the explosion of D2C, direct to consumer. So we've gone from B2B, B2C, and now we're D2C, direct to consumer shopping, bypassing wholesalers and retailers. How can you make that work for your business? Because you have to start looking at ways to pivot and change. So digital acceleration coupled with preference shifts by your consumer have created a whole new space for your online marketing and online business, taking your business online to grow. So another article I read by EY.com has put consumers into buckets that I find very interesting. Number one, those who save and stockpile. So buy in bulk, panic buy big amounts, and keep their stuff in case tomorrow turns bleak or bleaker. And then the next one is cut deep and reduce. So people who are taking great care, who are minimalizing everything, just doing the bare essentials, or a bit like me, stay calm and carry on. I'm trying to ignore the drama, trying as much as possible to continue with life as normal as we can make it, albeit in a very crazy time. And then, of course, those who hibernate and spend, So those who can afford, those who have got the capability of still spending lots of money or changing the way they spend, people are hibernating. And self-care, one of the things they love to do is spend a whole pile of money, and that makes them feel good. Nice, interesting buckets there. But the behavior changes and responses I want to discuss with you is to give you some ideas to expand your thinking into ways you can tweak your products or services, or indeed pivot your business. The faster you respond and the more effectively you respond, the more successful you'll be down the line. Customers are adopting new behaviors, new habits, new values. The consumption is changing, and what they buy, how they buy, and where they buy has changed completely. You need to maybe understand that. I suggest you grab some pen and paper and make some notes about what you can do differently. What can you do to solve a problem with these new COVID induced behaviors that I am going to list for you now? So, social distancing and isolation is the most obvious one. That has changed behavior completely. I know our circle has gone into, I can count the people I see regularly on two hands over the past year. Our social circle has changed completely. What can you do to manage that, to help people deal with that? Things that come to mind is group chats, building communities, that kind of thing to help people handle isolation and social distancing. Wearing masks, well, that's become a fashion statement. It's a part of everyday life. A lot of people have taken the opportunity designing beautiful masks, focusing on the way you show your eyes, and makeup for eyes and brows and whatever become big business. But the other side of it is online. How do you show your face? Engage with people. People don't see people's faces anymore. There's a lot of reason to be more visible, even if it is just online, but help people connect with you, get to know you, see you face to face. Restrictions on travel. It's changed our day-to-day travel. It's changed our leisure travel. It's changed our business travel. I know I personally am spending an inordinate amount of time on Instagram Reels looking at travel clips. I just love that space. It's my happy space. It's my escape. Working from home and the challenges that has come with that. That I think is something that is going to remain. It's not really going to change that significantly in the new normal. Businesses are finding that people are being very productive with flexible working hours. It's suiting their commitment to their families, their homes, their personal needs, their need for fitness, their need for a break. And of course, it's saving corporates a hell of a lot of money with people working from home. So online meetings has changed tremendously. People who are not embracing online meetings, learning to relate this way, to take meetings online, are missing an opportunity to grow business. You have to overcome the fear of being on screen and take what you used to do as a real training, a one-on-one real life training. How can you make it work online? Family challenges with, have you got a childcare business? Is there a way you can deliver children's activities, a way to entertain children while people are working? Services that help connectivity and cyber risk. Cyber risk is such a big thing now for people who work from home. Most people don't even understand it. Noise and consideration, interrupting people, adding value to optimizing people's workspace, beautiful background music, being quiet for your neighbors, be considerate, communicate it in a nice way that people get to think about the screaming children next door, the fact that more and more people are working from home, revving your motorbike, all these things. Do educational chats to alert people. We all forget about the impact of the neighbors next door. Other things that have changed is out of home advertising. If you're an agency, how can you bring your promotional stuff in to people's lives, since they don't drive by your billboards quite so much, not in the movies looking at ads. How can you bring them in a very natural way? I did a training on advertising this week, and one of the things is to make your ads look less like ads, if that makes sense. More lifestyle, more fun, less polished. A very good way to connect with people with your advertising and promotion. Nesting, home services. So we are forced to nest, we are forced to spend a lot more time at home. How can you provide things like swimming lessons by going to people? How can you provide education, hair and beauty services? Help people with their nesting by supplying these services. Home entertainment, teaching people to cook, bake, do home crafts. What do you do that you can now deliver as a skill for home based entertainment? Interpersonal behavior. So we know divorce rates are up, spousal abuse rates are up, these awful things that are happening behind closed doors. How can you deliver counseling in a natural way that people initially don't have to admit they've got a problem? They don't have to sign up for a course, but they can connect with you. The kind of content you deliver in social media that is supportive to people, and then invite people to your group, to a safe space where they can connect with you on a deeper level. Pet adoptions is on the increase. What can you do if you are in the pet space to help people take care of their pets? So many people have adopted pets to fill a gap in their lives, but are not used to having pets. What can you do to help people take care of their pets in a better way? We've mentioned people with new buying behaviors, the people that stockpile. So people are panic buying. Remember the whole hysterical thing with toilet paper at the beginning of lockdown? So that has eased off, but because of shortages and stuff, sometimes you go on the shelf and there's what you're looking for is not there. The next time you go, it's there. And what is your natural reaction? To buy the whole lot? How can you, as a business owner, increase basket size or ease panic behavior? What about starting a top up buying list that people can send you their list for shopping when they are getting to the last two or three instead of panicking? And therefore order supply smaller amounts to be able to service a larger market, but be able to service those needs. Restriction on life events. Wow, that's been a difficult one. Celebrating birthdays, anniversaries, going to weddings, births, supporting people through terminal illnesses and funerals. That has been probably the most difficult thing, is the pain of not being there for people or missing a big event. What can you do to support visual participation in these events? How can you make things memorable? What about a photo book as a gift when somebody has passed on a beautiful memories? What about reading a beautiful book and sharing them with people you can't be with, or giving it to people to share with their loved ones? Healthier lifestyle has become a very, very big part of our new normal. People's increased awareness of health and hygiene. What can you do to educate people in this regard? If your product is in any space, health and hygiene related, education is huge, and educating people will automatically attract them into your space. And as they learn to know, like, and trust you, buying from you, investing in your business becomes quite a natural progression. Ordering fresh food, supplements, nutrition, building immunity, supporting mental health. All these things are business opportunities as a significant part of the way a healthier lifestyle has become a part of the new normal. Shopping in detail. All generations across the globe have now adopted a millennial mindset. They are becoming more online savvy. But of course, the newer online behavior, it helps to remember that these people might not be as savvy as your Gen Z, millennials. Help them with by educating them with ways to do things easier. Visit your content and think how things can be easier. Loyalty has taken on a new dimension because people are forced to try new things. Loyalty is easily shifting. If people are trying new things and they are having a great user experience, the chances are they're adopting that new product, new brand. So, what is your opportunity there? Ensure you are not losing people by delivering a poor customer service, because it's very, very easy for them to shift their loyalty to another offering. Safe shopping is taking priority over satisfaction. If there are shorter queues but not the widest range of products, people are generally going with their shorter queues, better safety, better hygiene. Have you got those in place? Are you making those simpler? People are buying local more artisanal, more markets where they are open air. With the focus on digital, are you remembering to market your local product? Local marketing, location marketing for your local community. There is a huge amount of support there. I shared a new local restaurant on my local community group the other day. It has gone through the roof because people would rather eat local than travel as far afield as they used to. But of course, don't forget people buying in of fresh food, beautiful food, ready-made food. Buying also less frequency, bigger baskets. That's very significant. People are not going out to buy as much as they used to, or if they're buying online, they're buying a bigger order to save on shipping rates. So is that an opportunity for you? It is interesting that millennials and the new online shopping savvy people are learning to research more effectively. They're learning to deal hunt more effectively. So they're looking for flexibility in pricing, return policies, reassurances online. Are you making it easy for people to search your best deal, your discounted offers? It's a great way to get people to trial your product. We've just seen people are prepared to try new things. Great way to get people to try is with trial offers, discounted offers. Satisfy them and you've got a new customer. There's also a significant trend that people are trading down and focusing on essentials. So what can you communicate in terms of your services and product that shows you are delivering an essential transformation, something people cannot live without? If you are able to communicate with that, more people are going to invest or spend time learning more. So discretionary spending is reducing. Essentials are what people are focusing on. Help people realize what you do is essential. There's also a noted observation from those people who are hibernating and spending more, not able to go on their annual skiing holiday. They're instead buying a crazy luxury car. It's just a compensation for that personal satisfaction. Online services, people are less skeptic. They are now on multiple channels. They are all over the place. Social media, marketplaces, e-commerce shops, their local stores, subscribing to newsletters, etc. You need to go to them, folks. You cannot any longer just wait for people to come to you. You need to see where your ideal customers are hanging out. Go to them, put your offers in front of them in an educational way, show how you help, what problems you solve to attract them to you. People have much more choices. There is such a plethora now of e-commerce shops. I created one. I had very disappointing results for various reasons. We can discuss that on a different forum if you are doing the e-commerce thing and finding it disappointing. But in my experience, marketplaces right now, like Takealot, Amazon, or whatever, are booming. And one of the reasons is because there are so many small online stores. people are not quite confident enough to buy in those yet. So they are heading to the bigger brands for reassurance because of delivery and free returns and all those kind of things. So if you have a few small things to sell, my advice to you, rather than go to all the heartache and painstaking hours of setting up your own online store, test your product first on one of the significant reputable marketplaces. And if it works there, set yourself up as a side gig and do it in conjunction with that once you know it works. Magazines and books, reading books. That was one of my favorite pastimes. I did actual real time vision boards, tearing up, cutting magazine, pasting boards. That physical part of the job was one of the experiences, one of the parts of the visioning process. Now I'm having to learn how to take that online. Ebooks, audios, digital events, an important part of transforming the way you do your business. You cannot ignore this. This is a sticky behavior that is going to remain. Transform your business now to be sustainable into the future. Things like other online services, telemedicine, e-pharmacy, insurance, banking, education, all those things demand that you adopt online consultation, simple self-service online, filling in forms, consultation online, digital documents, etc. There are apps for everything. Apps no longer cost a fortune. I've had somebody contact me to convert my e-commerce shop into an app for 500 Rand. It can now be done. It's a competitive market. It needn't be expensive. Wellness, fitness, health, self-care. How can you convert your business online to support people with an app? Big opportunity, not that difficult to do. Coaching, connecting online in a meaningful, accessible way where you come across with empathy and authenticity. It's a behavior change between you and your clients. Help them make the move. Please share some comments down below. I'd love to know that this has been valuable for you. Strategizing your appropriate response will come out of analyzing your ideal customer journey and identifying the digital and physical touch points. Remember, there's now and next. Some of the behaviors will change back to physical down the line or more physical down the line. Be prepared for that. But you need to go and visit all the touch points and identify gaps or things that are not 100%. Let's just quickly go through the journey. Remember, it starts with dreaming. What are your ideal customers wishing for? What do they wish was different? What problem can you solve? What transformation can you deliver? How have their values and priorities changed? What does that mean for you? Because that will talk into the way you engage, where you go to engage, the type of conversations you have. Ask for their opinions. Try chats, surveys, and polls to get people to tell you more. Where do people go to research and learn the next stage of their customer journey? How do they get their information? Are you helping them find the information they need to choose you? Buying. How do people buy? Can you deliver in a way that delights? There is nothing worse than an abandoned cart or abandoned deal halfway through because something fell flat that could have been avoided. Check your processes. Check the way things work. Do your links work? Do people get what they expect? Are you sending people to the right landing page? You don't just send people to the website, you send them to what they expect to see. A great example of how delivering on people's expectations in the buying experience is demonstrated by Amazon, who has employed another 175,000 people in order to fulfill delivery expectations. Experiencing. Once people buy, what next? The McKinsey and Co report identifies that higher expectations from businesses is a subtle change that has happened with our consumers. They want you to behave appropriately. They want to see that you care, that you have empathy, that you want them to have a better digital experience. What can you do to support the products and services that you deliver? How can you keep people connected? There's a great example with Heineken. So they noted that their consumers were missing a bit of live music and entertainment while enjoying their Frosty. So they have created a channel for delivering live DJ sessions. Not only is that helping their consumers, but delivering huge loyalty, reason to believe, because musos are under such threat with a lack of live events. Now, brands like Heineken are saying, come play, we will support you and deliver it to our clients and keep that whole experience ticking over until we get to the new normal and hopefully back to where we can listen to live music. Giving people the opportunity to self-service, fill in forms, get reports, example of submitting scripts and telemedicine, submitting insurance claims online. I've got to give ABSA a shout out right at the beginning of the lockdown when they were offering bond holidays. It was done with one touch on an SMS for me. They made it so simple. There was no filling in forms. There was no nothing. There was a simple opt-in to opt in for a 3-month bond holiday. I am now so loyal to them. Although I had issues before with house insurance, I now believe ABSA did everything they could to make life easier for people with home loans. And then, of course, the fifth stage of customer journey is sharing. Referrals are bigger than ever. Help people to invite people to join groups and forums where they can discuss how you deliver, where you can give more proof, case studies, interview clients, show people how you help and why they should trust your business. So, guys, I've covered quite a lot today. Your challenges are where to listen in and what takeouts you take on and how you pivot, improve, develop, change your business. Remember to address those different buckets of consumers, people who save and stockpile, people who cut deep and reduce and are cutting back, people who are trying to stay calm and carry on as well as they can, and those who are hibernating and spending and are available to upgrade to satisfy what they have missed out on in other regards. What do your customers really value these days? So with a lack of one-to-one engagement, how can you make virtual meetings work? If you are used to seeing somebody one-on-one, how can you cover the divide of being online? How do you scale? How do you overcome distancing and isolation? How can you meet expectations by adding value to the digital chain of delivery, of engagement? How can you improve your digital experiences? Where should you be? Are there new platforms? Should you be working harder with your email marketing? How can you deliver customer service with limited resources? One of the great ways and great tools you have is Facebook Messenger. You can add the chat on your website. You can enable Facebook Messenger for people to connect directly with you on chat. You advertise to chats that people can get engaged. Once people get into that chat environment, you're on the way to bringing them into your conversion funnel. And then one of the big challenges you have is choose who you work with carefully. Your supply chain. Are they letting you down? You do everything right and then delivery goes awry. You need to be sure that your supply chain understands your values, your promise to your customers, so that things are pretty seamless. Stress levels, managing your own, your customers, and your team. Are you helping? There is so much more we can do now in terms of support, building up, helping people feel valued and connected. And then finally, breaking through the noise, using empathy, using understanding what your customers are looking for, and going there to support and educate is probably the most valuable thing you can do right now to stand out. Less selling, more supporting, more engaging. So I want to leave you with some questions to ask yourself. Make a note of these. And by the way, any other questions you've got, share them down below. But ask yourself, what do I need to change in me and my business to meet the shift in consumer behavior? Number two, how have my customer expectations changed? That can be demonstrated by how people are responding to your competitors, what people are saying in chats, what people are saying in reviews, etc. How should your new strategy look? Where should you be focusing effort and any small marketing budget you have available? What systems and processes need to change? Once you've analyzed your touch points, what do you need to sort out very quickly that will have the biggest impact? Make a list of what needs attention and how can you support family, friends, and team and customers to build trust in your brand and keep people staying with you. Remember, they move easily the moment you disappoint. What are you going to do? I want to leave you with an effectiveness hack that I learned this week from Rachel Hollis. Instead of a to-do list, create a results list. So, for example, if I say I want 5 new serious business leads this week, my response may look like I have to create a series of posts, relevant posts that I put in the right places to attract my ideal customer. I need to develop a valuable lead magnet that gets my ideal customer to sign up. Then I need to have a plan for an email marketing campaign. I need maybe another freebie or a cheat sheet or a 30-minute coaching for those people who've opted in to take them on the next step, to add value, to continue to build my credibility, and for them to trial my expertise, get to know me. And then what's the next step? What do I want them to do next? What am I going to do as a product, as a service, as a landing page for them to go and check in order to invest? Is your online payment gateway in place, etc.? That's it for today. Thank you for staying with me. And until next week, stay safe.